Hello, friends. Good morning. Welcome to today's daily Dharma. And today's going to be the last day that we kind of explore compassion. And I was just kind of joking with the IMS tech person who's working with me around this. It's like, no more compassion after today. That's it. Well, we've been expanding our view of the possibility of compassion, starting from self and outwards. People we're close to, people we don't know, larger groups of people, all people. And today I wanted to explore, it's going to be a little theoretical unless you are a fully enlightened being, and that is the compassion of the Buddha. So there's the compassion for beings that we know or don't know or know of, with like a particular difficulty happening, of body, of mind, some suffering that's happening. Then there's the compassion of the Buddha for all beings who are still, to whatever degree, not seeing clearly, deluded. Their minds are still caught in things like not seeing the three characteristics correctly, identifying with a sense of self, even identifying with experience, period. And the compassion that the Buddha had for beings in this state. And now you might say, well, geez, how are we going to, how am I going to practice that? Well, we can kind of lean into it, and I'll guide us through it. We can imagine it. We imagine all sorts of things, don't we? It's not like we don't imagine. And frankly, a lot of the things that we imagine aren't so great, right? Whether it's worry and fear about the future, stories, right? Or even imagining lots of pleasant things, but when with some grasping and desire. So we're imagining all the time. Why not imagine what it's like to have the compassion of a Buddha? It's just imagination, but really good imagination. So I'll talk us through that, and just to be transparent, I don't really have a script for this. I'm just going to kind of lean into it with my own, however I can myself, and share that with you. So just to be transparent about that. Okay, let's do this together. Settling into your posture. Letting go. And it's nice to bring the idea of letting go to the eyes closing, so that there's not like a forcing. It's letting go of holding them open, basically. What's that like for the eyes to gently shut just by letting go of holding them open? So it's very soft. Letting go of the eyes, letting go of the jaw, of holding the jaw up. Just let it be slack. We might be so used to holding the jaw up that we kind of have to move it around a little bit to engage with that relaxation that's possible as the jaw drops. Letting go in the shoulders, letting the shoulders drop. Letting go in the belly. Letting the belly drop. Feeling the body soften and relax. Feeling in a gross way the soft tissues kind of sink downwards. but also perhaps feeling in a more fine-grained way the energy of the body settling and sinking downwards, coming into contact with our attention with the body and the earth below. So feeling those contact points. Operative term is feeling. Supported by the solidity of the earth below. And the back rises up. Relaxing into stillness. Feeling the touch points of connection with the earth, perhaps feeling other places in the body that aren't connected with the earth, maybe that are touching other parts of the body, or even parts of the body that aren't touching anything. Opening, softening the awareness, widening it to fill the whole body. Noticing what we feel. Coming into a somatic connection with calm body resting on the earth. Small body resting on the big body. Calm body sitting, calm body breathing. Using the somatic experience of the breath body as an anchor. Letting the heart and mind settle. Become steady and still. Not being pulled into reactivity with the things that arise in this world. Knowing them, yes. The heart and mind resting back. Without the need to want more of this, less of that. Feeling equanimity arise in the heart and mind. This is okay. That is okay. Pleasant is like this. Unpleasant is like this. Not a preference for either. the passions begin to fade. Dispassion. As dispassion grows stronger, the mind ceases to go out into the world of things for its fulfillment. It begins to rest back in its own nature. Cessation. As the mind rests back in its own nature, dwells in equanimity, it dovetails with, takes on the quality of, merges with the nibbana element. Dispassion, cessation, nibbana. Resting in the stillness and peace that comes before this and that, before the world of things. As the Taoists say, the one that comes before the two. And so for such a being, knowing directly this experience, seeing other beings that don't know this experience, that are lost in the world of this and that, not knowing anything else, caught in wanting and not wanting, then of course the spontaneous connection with those beings is one of compassion. Seeing how beings don't need to suffer, and yet, because of their ignorance, do suffer. Feeling for that, wishing it were not so for them, not judging, not condemning, just wishing that they be free from that unnecessary suffering. You might notice your heart center right now. It's happening. Just sitting quietly, imagining, feeling into the compassion of a Buddha. You have the capacity. It's not beyond you. Why not imagine it? May all beings, through their own deep freedom and understanding, come to know the compassion of a Buddha. Thank you for your practice. How can we practice this in our daily lives? Well, opportunities abound. What comes to my mind, compassion for beings that are, um, clouded with ignorance, have their minds diluted, not seeing clearly. What comes to mind is if you're a person who um, believes that the recent presidential elections were free and fair, with no wrongdoings, that the election was not stolen. If you're someone who believes that, then there are these, whole group millions of people who believe that, who believe that the election was stolen. And so in your mind, um, their minds are diluted. They're not seeing clearly. They're just not seeing clearly. They're believing something that's true that's not true. So for you, um, that's an opportunity to have compassion, because from your own experience, no one has to tell you, especially if you've been practicing, you know from your own experience that when we believe things that aren't true and act on them, we create suffering for ourselves and others. And so there is this opportunity and this potential to have compassion for these people who are in your mind, as far as you see things, are really deluded and suffering a lot. So, that's just one example of in terms of kind of, what's happening right now in our society. But, people that family members, um, and not from a higher place, but just from a place of caring that another human being is suffering and wishing them, that end. Not that it ends so that they don't have to be so much of a pain to you, but just so that they don't have to suffer. And this is the high bar, right? This maybe not possible, but just in this last day of our exploration of compassion, raising the bar and putting out what might be possible. Okay. Next week, the the IMS staff, and myself are going to be on retreat. So we're going to do things a little differently. Um, I'll be recording these sessions at some other time of the day, and then they'll be played. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to be played at 9:30 or not. If not, we'll put something up on the website as to when they'll be shown. So just check our website for that. Okay, that's it for today, friends. See you on Monday, or some a version of me on Monday. I wish you well till then. Bye bye.